Is digital marketing a good career? And how much can you hope to earn in digital marketing after 5 years? I would say upwards from $10K to $150K, right? Hi, my name is Ping Hwa, and today I'm giving you great answers from the internet about digital marketing. First question is, what's the difference between digital marketing and PR? They're actually quite different. Digital marketing focuses on promoting a brand, whether it's through leads, generating sales, revenue, and all of that. Whereas PR itself, you're more about building the loyalty and the presence and how people see your brand, right? Whether it's through media coverage or just strategic communications itself. So if we go back to digital marketing, think of it as an umbrella of things. You have social media, you have SEO, you have paid media itself. I think paid media, some people actually even just specialize on that alone. So I think a lot of you are familiar more with social media marketing. That falls under digital marketing. That's how I would categorize digital marketing. Then PR, there are different aspects of PR. So you have corporate aspect, you have people who are more in the social scene, whether you want placements in the media, online blogs, or you actually want coverage in the news, that's how you would differentiate the two. Is digital marketing a good career? And how much can you hope to earn in digital marketing after 5 years? Absolutely, digital marketing is a wonderful career. I think you have two aspects to it. You have the creative side and you have the data-driven side, the analytical side. So on the creative side, you have content creators, whether it's photographers, videographers, people just who love content, right? And on the analytical side, you have those who are more into the numbers, the trends, the research. So depending on which one you're planning to go into, I think it's also important to expose yourself to all aspects. So you're very much well informed as to what exactly is going on in an organization all around. How much can you hope to earn? I think it's a range, right? It depends on also how much work you're willing to put into it. I would say upwards from $10K to $150K, right? Why it's such a huge range is because it depends honestly on what you're doing and who you're working with as well. I believe as you scale up, you want to work with bigger organizations, people with bigger budgets, while also making sure you're not burnt out. Should you know all digital marketing channels or do you need to specialize? I think when you're starting off, it's really important to know the basics of as many as possible. Of course, there are endless. There are a lot of platforms, channels, tools that you can use to make your job easier. Going into specializing on certain things, I think that's when you've basically gotten a grasp of whether it's social media aspects, the data side, before you now start to decide, okay, do I want to just focus on web analytics or web SEO and all of that? Since almost every trend on social media seems to be a PR or digital marketing campaign these days, is anything even real anymore? Are we in a simulation? Actually, you'll never know, I think we hop off of trends, or we hop on trends actually. It depends. And also some people create trends as an organization and then other people hop on it once they see that it's going well. But at the end of the day, you still want to stay true to your core values as an organization, especially when you are representing people. For example, think of AFCON. I worked on this campaign this past year with one of our clients, and they were trying to figure out how to hop on current events, the trends around it. I mean, AFCON is kind of simulated, right? Because yes, it's a current event, but brands are trying to hop on what is popular, what is trending. So one thing that they did is stay true to the core values. Another example, think of it, a recent one is Formula One. You saw a lot of influencers promoting the event, people are talking about it. All those things are simulated, right? They simulate it around current events that are happening to ensure that people are kind of excited about what's going on. So at the end of the day, just make sure that whatever trend that you're hopping on, it makes sense to your brand. What are the most important tools and subscriptions for digital marketers? Okay, so I run a digital marketing agency called Aura Digital, and we use a lot of automation tools, project management tools, communication tools such as Google Workspace, and all these things are subscription-based, and that's where Grey8 comes in. So we use their virtual dollar card in order to make payments online. I keep hearing that all PR is good PR. Is it true that there's no bad press in digital marketing? Well, it depends on how you handle it. I think it can go both ways. Of course, if you don't respond at all, this just ruins your brand. I think one thing that's trending right now, speaking of trends, is Korean makeup brands who are trying to cater to darker skin tones. Basically, they created shades for darker people and they actually match the skin tone. You have another brand where they created darker skin tones that are not even for Black people. It's like the color black. How they responded is by turning off all their comments. I don't think they've even responded to date. I mean, it's very recent. So let's see how that unfolds. So I think a lot of times you have to evaluate the situation, create options and see, should I respond immediately or should I come up with a solution, whether it's to cater to more people, if you say like a product or service that you're offering. I want to start a career in digital marketing. Should I go through the agency route or in-house? What's the difference between each path? Okay, so for me, I started as a freelancer individual, right? And as I started to grow, started to get more jobs, I couldn't take on a lot of like clients who were coming to me. So one thing that I did is I scaled up from there. I added one person, two people, three, and so on. And from there, that's how I went the agency route. I think if you as an individual, you're trying to decide, okay, maybe I don't want to become a business owner. I maybe want to work in-house in an organization, or I want to work in an agency where I'm exposed to more brands. One thing that you have to keep in mind is that an agency is going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be very fulfilling because you're exposed to a lot of industries. So it honestly depends on how much challenge you're willing to give yourself. I would say it's definitely rewarding, so go the agency routes. Algorithms keep changing and new trends keep coming. How do digital marketers even cope? We honestly do not cope. We just have to keep adapting to the changes and being experts at what we do. A lot of times our clients think that we know what is happening and we're the ones who are making the changes. But in actuality, it's the app that is making the changes. So a lot of times you'll see things that happen that we're actually not aware of. It's because, let's say apps like Instagram, they're doing beta testing. And when things go wrong, for example, sometimes some people have music feature and a lot of people don't have music feature. So we have to explain to them now, look, these are things that are not in our control, but we'll find workarounds around it, whether it's like having multiple phones to make sure that some people's phones it's working and other people's phones it may not even come up. So we're just constantly adapting. Everybody wants to hire a digital marketer, but why are we seeing graphic designer, content writer, SEO expert, videographer requirements, etc., all in one row? Well, I think there are two aspects from it. There's the employer perspective and there's the employee perspective, like the person who's applying for the role. I think it's also important to have like the basic fundamentals of a digital marketer. So, earlier I talked about knowing how to do the basics of like a graphic designer, content writer, SEO expert, but you may have a strength in one aspect. A lot of times, I think it also comes down to the organization to decide, okay, when do I need to bring in an actual expert who knows only how to do graphic design or who only specializes in videography? For me, as a business owner, I think we often scale up and scale down. I mean, we're a small agency, so we're able to do that. I think that's why it's also important for you to have that conversation with an organization before you join them to know, okay, how exactly do you guys work as a company? Do you do everything, or do you have people who have specialty functions, maybe like a graphic designer who's also an animator, or do you require me to also create things? As a digital marketer, if you're doing social media, you may also be required to create visuals, graphics for social media. So maybe like Instagram stories, Instagram page posts. And it also depends on the clients who you are working with, right? If they do require a lot of graphic design, a lot of times they'll put that burden on digital marketers, which I know you guys will still argue and say, look, they shouldn't be designing at all. But would you also argue that, okay, an accountant or a researcher shouldn't also do these other things because it's not really their main job duties? But actually, you should still have the fundamentals of it, but you shouldn't be doing like 5 people's jobs in one. And for me, as a business owner, I also make sure whenever I bring on new clients or before I bring on new clients, I let them know, okay, this is the extent to which, services that we're going to offer. So do you need graphic design services? Okay. Then for me as a business owner, I can now plan and say, I know in 1 month I need to bring on a graphic designer on board if I don't already have one, rather than saying, okay, the digital marketer should do everything, including managing the accounts, doing the designs, doing the video, all of that. I think business owners should also help people who are coming onto the team so they don't feel overwhelmed with the work that they're about to get. How can digital marketing professionals get jobs and receive payments as digital nomads? Well, if you're just starting off, it may be a bit hard. You may need to put in more effort, right? Whether it's visit these businesses, reach out to them online. I think visiting them works a lot more better. And then if you already have experience, but you're just looking to get more clients, reach out to your past clients, get testimonials, get referrals, and then take it from there. For payments, you can open foreign bank accounts using Grey8 to help you receive payments around the world. It's harder than ever to be a marketer. You're expected to know about highly technical fields such as AI and SEO. You're expected to manage lots of different channels from socials to PPC, and you're expected to drive measurable sales fast while being the first to go during layoffs. Now, is digital marketing still a good choice in 2024? It definitely is, but we just have to adapt as the market keeps evolving. AI is coming for our jobs, but like I said, as long as you're adapting to these changes, then you'll be fine. That's all we have for today. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and see you later.
Grey8 Answers is powered by Grey8. With Grey8, you can open a UK, US, and EU bank account from your phone or laptop for free. Receive, send, exchange, and manage multiple currencies, including stable coins, and get a virtual dollar card all in one app. Visit grey8.co to get started for free.